Coop, I will watch it after this stream because I do not give a shit. I mean, Legends DA was fun, but I care more about this. And if I had known there was a Legends DA stream trailer about to drop, I would not have started, but I already started, so fuck it. I would have started, but I would not have started if I knew there was a trailer about to come out, but I will watch that later, I guess. Yeah, I'll watch that after it's done. I'm just stupid, I guess. It's fine. Let's, anyway. This is more important, though. DDT over whatever fucking shit Pokemon is selling us. This is more important because this is free. You get free entertainment instead of having to shell out money for the DLC. This is just free quality entertainment of me just talking with no background music or anything. Free quality entertainment. God damn it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna give like a couple minutes and we'll get started. I am in the background, I'll just be grinding in black because I lost like a couple months to get this, and now like the post game is like 10 levels higher, so I've been doing this for 2 days. Why in Pokemon Black and White is the post game 10 levels higher than Getsis? I don't know, but like the basic post game trainers for some fucking reason. Anyway, yeah, we'll give it a little bit of time, then we'll get started. Hey Marto, welcome. Yeah, I'm doing it live because I did not know a ZA trailer was about to drop, so I will watch that later, I guess, and get spammed with like Discord messages about it, and I don't care. Yeah, I'm doing it live. I was just in the morning because I have stuff to do today, so I figured I'd knock one out here. Yes, this is the next 10 games. We're still in top 128, of course. Yeah, there's a ZA DLC trailer that's supposedly out like as I'm talking right now, so I'll watch that later because I mean ZA was really fun and I did like 100% it except the screws because fuck the screws. Fuck the colorful screws, those things are stupid. I will probably go back and finish 100%ing it later, but like I did basically 100% the game outside specifically the screws because I don't feel like looking up a guide on them. And I also don't feel like looking for them, so yeah, but other than that, thank you. Agreed, Mardo. This is more important. Yeah, so eventually I'll go back and finish that game. Finish like that last stuff. And I'm excited for the DLC. It looks really good. And honestly, also not honestly, but also I have ZA. It's a very fun game. I will say it was a very fun game. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I genuinely just like had a great time playing it. I did not mind the grind. Like the 1000 battle grind, sure it takes a while, but like generally I just found it enjoyable overall because the battle systems are really fun. I'm also a collector, so like because I collect and want a full living decks, including forums, like I need to catch I need to get each of the new megas, so like that's gonna take a while. So yeah, don't ask me why I do that. I started in XY, and I'm just like, well, I started it all these years ago. I don't want to stop now. I already have like a living deck, so why not just keep it going? So yeah, yeah, it's gonna take a while though. But anyway, let's get into the stream, I guess. So we have Ashy, seed 53 versus Nat, seed 76, so 2 mid seeds here. Before I... Oh, yeah, Mario, yeah, I love collecting. I don't know why, it's just what I do. I mean, I also collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but that costs actual money, so I've kind of stopped doing that as much recently because it's a problem for me. Because I spend way too much fucking money on it, and I need to stop, especially since I don't have a job right now. Like, the amount of restraint I have had to not buy a single Yu-Gi-Oh card in the month of November, you have no idea how difficult that was for me. To not buy a single card, a single pack, a single, like, pre-built deck, nothing. Like, the fact that I bought nothing in November is kind of insane to me. I can't remember the last time in, like, years I bought nothing for a whole month. Anyway, let's get into this. So, before we start, I do want to mention, because we are in brackets now, so Nat might not make it out of this, Nat was one of our prize pool contributors for a season, so I just want to give a big shout out and thank you to him. Everyone else who contributed to the prize pool was a mod, but he did it, out of his generosity. I really appreciate it. So huge ups to Nat for giving us that. It was the base thing, but anything helps. I really do appreciate the commitment to the tournament. So huge ups to Nat for doing that. Now let's get into actual game, actual matchup. First round, I'll see is T-Star looking very, very good. Infernape is a bit scary, but like T-Star could probably just try. I don't know. You probably want Lum in case like Cress is Colbur, and it also helps with like Spiritomb. Sample Spiritomb starts to will you. So it probably is one T-Tar. I guess it could also run Band because the Dark Resists are really fucking bad. Yeah, Band actually looks fucking crazy. I mean, I feel like Band 2 kills the entire team outside me, like a fat Magneton, but even then, I don't know if it takes 2 crunches. Yeah, Banded T-Tar looks great here. On Air Hand and Fairy was very, very solid. Milo's the only real check, and Milo does invite Sceptile, which does not have great response on Ashley's team. Like, the grasses just are not great here. We see Stormy, we see Drapion, but, like, it's just pretty free to spam attacks with the Sceptile. And he has speeds everything on Ashley's team, so that speed advantage is really big. Gyarados is decent. You also have to watch out for stuff like HP Electric on Milo, but yeah, you just have to wear down the Milo, which is doable. It's not like the easiest thing in the world, but it's doable, especially with Ashley having Sand. It means that the Milo can naturally get chipped into Gyarados range if Ashley doesn't quick recover a lot. Crest is a bit tough into Double Pursuit Trapper and Double Pursuit Trapper plus Sand, so I feel like you might even bench it for Magneton here and just bring your 5 in the top 6. That's probably a play. Crest just like doesn't do shit here. I mean, I guess it helps with Flygon, but you have like okay answers to it. Yeah, I don't think Crest comes. I think you just have to bench it. This is one of the worst Crest matches I've ever fucking seen. Oh my god. Donphin is not the best bear into Misbag. It's okay, but because you can trap the Scarf, you can get off one spin, your spikes will be gone for the rest of the game. Ashley Spinner is Armada, which is not great in the Spiritomb, of course. I did leave Toss short. Oh, it wasn't that long. Fair enough. I'll watch it later. I don't really care much. Plus, I say I'm kind of playing our games right now, so I'm not gonna get to the DLC for a while anyway. But yeah, so I think Nat definitely brings Ape, Gyarados, and then the 4 starting from Donphan from Magneton. And Ashley, I don't know. I feel like the bottom 2 are so bad here, so I feel like you just have to bring your top 6. I think I'm gonna lean. Ooh. I think I'm gonna lean Nat in this matchup, but it's pretty even. Let's get it. We have Ashley on the left, Nat on the right. Crest came in and led, interesting, into mistakes like it's gonna trick a Flamor onto this Maggie. It's very interesting. So Miss Maggie's now burned, but obviously, he was probably wanting to do that onto Drapion or yeah, he was definitely wanting to trick the Flamor onto Drapion or T-Tar, of course. But Miss Maggie's not bad. At least you're getting chip on it. Sandstorm goes up as we double it on it. Yep. Rocks go up from that side. Scarf's getting up a spike as Donphan just go Roar here into the Flygon. Get a bit of chip on it. Finds to switch back out to Skarmory as presumably we're going to spin. Yep. Near side and leftovers is kind of interesting on since they're both defensive Pokemon, of course. We're going to Roar again as the spike goes up. In comes Drapion. Drapion's going to be forced out by the Earthquake, so I assume Donphan's going to spin again. Yeah. There it is. Okay. So the spikes are staying off, but Milo is down, and that's a big threat. In comes the Crest. It only takes 19. That's a very fat Crest. It's also probably like no special attack Milo, though. We're going to go into Misbag on the Thunder Wave. Okay, so it's dual stat. It's kind of dual status Crest. Interesting. Yo, would have been cool if instead of being Trick Flame Orb, he was like Psycho Shift Flame Orb and just Psycho Shifted onto the T-Tar or the Drapion. I don't know if he knew that worked on Dark types, though. Anyway, Energy Ball's going to kill Donphan. Based on damage, I don't think that crit mattered. Yeah, sure. That should have been like 69, so. Yeah, crit should not matter. Shed Shell, if they were willing to stay in. Yeah, Shed Shell exists in Gen 4. So Shed Shell was introduced in Gen 4. And we've seen quite a bit of this tournament for on Skarms specifically. And we're going to see Ice Beam come out, take out the Mismagius. T-Tar comes in here, of course, very strong position. It's going to be slower, though, and get hit by Ice Beam. Rock's going to go up from Ashley's side, finally. T-Tar's getting very, very low, though. It's going to pursue out the Crest. Crest actually go 1v1 here. That's crazy. Unless, nope. Crest is going to beat down T-Tar. Crazy. Did not expect that. Drapion comes in. That covers the Pursuit. This if it's also running it. It's growing up running Pursuit. Going to give a Toxic Spike from Ashley. Okay, interesting. Now it's still looking at a pretty good position, though. Aim Power... Yeah, HP Ice, obviously. Rock Tomb lowering the Magneton's speed. Is this packing Earthquake now? Based on Magneton's speed, I'm assuming it's Scarf, but I could be wrong. Crest could be sacked. Yep, to the Crunch. But of course, Nat still has 3 unrevealed Pokemon. Magneton's going to come back in, though, as soon as she's going to walk into Electric Move this time. Or Steel can move Flash Cannon, makes sense. Drapion will go down. My Lock is going to come back in. Magneton's going to stay in because it's so weak, yep. And Miles just going to recover until it dies. Yeah, makes sense. You basically know it's Scarf now. Go to Flash Cannon again. As Surf's going to take out the Magneton. Honestly, I feel like Q just recovered there and be that full. I don't think it really matters, but fair enough. I guess it was covering a switch. Sceptile's going to come in here. Out to Skarmory. Let Sceptile go click. Heat and Power, Fire, Electric. I'm going to guess Electric. Just straight up Okos. That might be Specs. Oh, Okos was 74. It's a lot of damage. Anyway, Gyara's going to come in on the Flygon. Fine, just U-turns out into Milotic. Can that break down this Milo? It's looking really tough now. Obviously, the Sceptile's still there, but... Out to Flygon. As Gyara's good, dragging it in front of the Milotic. That's bold. Milo very well could have had HP Electric. It's Scarf Flygon's get Outrage KO. The Gyarados does a Nat still have an answer to it. Sceptile's coming in, but unless it's Scarf. Yeah, it's not. You have to respect the Scarf on Flygon, right? What's the last Pokemon? No, I feel like you have to go into Infernape first. Sceptile was your win con here. You had to go into Infernape, hope it got... Or this. Yeah, you had to go into Infernape first, and then... Basically, hope it got confused and hit itself. Because your win con was absolutely Sceptile there. Yeah, you had to go Sceptile before Sceptile. Yes, Infernape's normally a more valuable Pokemon. With these last two, Sceptile was your out. So yeah, I think that was a bit of a choke there. I don't know how much it mattered, depending on like outrage, confusion rolls and stuff. But the better play was 100% going Infernape first. But yeah, that's a 2-0 win for Ashy. Unfortunately, knocking that out of the tournament. But yeah, pretty good prep. I like the prep on both sides a lot. Rock Tomb Drapion was cool. Trick Flame Orb Crest was cool. I do kind of think maybe just like a Psycho Shift set would have been better. I just don't know if he knew that Psycho Shift works on Dark types, which is not like the most intuitive thing in the world. He also might just not have known the move existed because it's not that common. But I definitely think that would be a slightly better variation. But Trick Flame Orb was cool, even if slightly a suboptimal. Yeah, cool prep. I think both sides did this pretty well. Ashley will move on though, and since this is last time we're seeing it on stream, thank you so much, Nat, for your donation to the prize pool. We really appreciate it. Hey, let's go on to next game. We've got here, but not 2, 12. 2 is next stream. 12. Freeday versus Bluey, two very solid players. Freeday is, I'd say, one of the best old gen draft players in the scene right now. He's topped numerous events in ADV, done very well in every DVP week I see him. I believe this is his first year actually playing in DDT. I don't think he was around last year when last time we ran it, which was a little under 2 years ago. So he's a huge threat, very, very strong player. I've played him myself in one of the most nail-biting matches of DPP I've ever had. Like that is maybe my favorite DPP game I've ever played. It was the one against him in my friend Hades' league. Just fantastic player. And Bluey is no slouch here. We've seen them do pretty well in a variety of tournaments. So definitely two very solid players here. So I'm looking forward to some high-quality gameplay. Let's get into the matchup. So Infernape looking very, very strong. The only real answer to is Suicune, and there is like both a Rotom and a Roserade that can check to help wear down Suicune. Even Regice can to an extent. So Infernape looking very frightening here. The Rotom also looking pretty good. The ground type isn't a great check to it. The reason I put heat on this screenshot is because I feel like you just run Shadow Ball for Nidoking anyway. And you all be able to hit Shaman harder. But of course, it could be error ones, of course. Heatran looking pretty solid from Freeday's side, though the water type is a fucking Foxel, so like, yeah, Bluey does not switch into Heatran at all. There's no fire move switching, none at all. So yeah, he's gonna spam like Fire Blast and just break this team wide open. Shaman's looking okay as always. It's always like solid, but it's not amazing here. What else? Mistbag looking pretty good. There's no Ghostess on Bluey's side outside Cacturne, which is not like the best Pokemon, especially in this matchup. Like, I guess it could come because it hits Suicune, but like Suicune just Ice Beams you. It's going to be packing Ice Beam anyway for the Roserade, which you have. So like they will be running coverage for Cacturne, even if that's not the intended use of it. The Fortress can spin freely. No, actually, no, it can't. The Roam. Yeah, Fortress is going to control spinning. It's obviously going to wall payback the Roam. That's not the easiest thing to get off in the world. Especially if the Roam is heat, as I predict. So Roserade spikes can be very, very strong here. Especially to pressure the Heatran, which is going to come in repeatedly and be a huge threat. I will say that Bluey does not have a hazard remover, so Fortress can also spike up. And spikes are huge for Infernape to just chip it down as it comes in repeatedly. Same with Nidoking. Nidoking is like amazing here. Obviously, there's Bronzong and Rotom on one side, and then Mismag on the other. I mean, Nidoking's like not bad in Free Day, but it's not like amazing. It's pretty solid free actually. They're gonna be able to lean Bluey in this matchup actually, but Heatran is very, very scary, of course, for them. Free Day on the left, Bluey with that fantastic Chien-Pao custom avatar on the right. See Nidoking lead into Regice. Regice got Ice Beam on turn 1, take out the Nidoking as rocks go up. Okay. But this just looks like the Heatran, which is also a fucking problem. Incomes Infernape. Is this like a fat? Yes, it's some sort of fatter Spinef Infernape. It's presumably going to slack off here, I assume. Yeah. So it's like a Spinef Infernape. This is his Heatran check. But obviously, you have to watch out for Earth Power later. Yeah, double out to Heatran by Friday. Very, very good play. It's just going to overheat and one hit KO this Bronzong. Wow. Yeah, Heatran applying so much pressure super early as we expected. It's a very nice matchup. Suicune's going to come in. I love this nickname, by the way. Shout out the old Pokemon ciphers on Shofu shows. Fantastic. If you haven't heard those, you should go check them out, by the way. And Rotom is going to be washed here. Okay, so he really was worried. So Blue was really worried about Heatran. Makes sense. That makes sense. Heatran is such a fucking problem. You don't necessarily need to be able to hit the Shaman. You have our Shaman responses, but you need to pressure that Heatran as much as you can. And we're going to sub here, sub into Air Slash. And Rosa's going to flinch, okay. Rosa can't take 2 more, presumably. Depending. Oh, never mind. Nope. No, it cannot. That Air Slash good crit. So down goes the Roserade. In comes Regice, which obviously can't Ice Beam this, but he's going to get Leech Seeded. Yeah, it's rough. That Air Slash crit was really unfortunate. Presumably the Roserade's just a Sludge Bomb there, or HP something. I mean, in comes the Infernape. As we can, just freeway sub here. Is Infernape get a U-turn to break the sub? No, it's just got Flamethrower, but Infernape's going to be taking chip here. Leech Seed, yep, comes off. I almost feel like Air Slash is better. You just need to chip as much on Infernape as possible. Albeit with it being specially defensive, we don't know how much it would have taken there. We're going to slack off as the Suicune comes in. Suicune's obviously in a very good position now. We are going to reveal the U-turn this time, okay. Into Rotom. Suicune's, yeah, it's going to Calm Mind as expected. It's Suicune. Now, Rotom is going to 3-4-7 Rotom. Rotom's going to Psych Up. Ooh, wow, very good tech. That would have been cool. But, unfortunately, Bria's going to switch out. Scouting for a more offensive Rotom for Thunderbolts, but also scouting for that. Leech Seed, Infernape's going to get seeded as we just U-turn out. Makes sense. Get rid of those Leech Seeds again. Nidoking comes in on the Mist Mag. Just presumably means it's some sort of offensive set. You have Fire Punch, but ooh, it gets burned. Oh no. Was kind of hoping it would be Sucker Punch Nidoking, but obviously that would not have been good into Will-O-Wisp. That's just a cool set anyway. We see Mist Mag Calm Mind. Okay, wow. Infernape's got Flamethrower, but that's not good. Mist Mag might just win this here. The entire team remaining is special attackers minus the Nidoking, which is burned. Yeah, I think this might be the end of the game. I think Mist Mag is just going to clean up here. Unless, like, something is Scarf. Is that Regice fucking Scarf? No, it's probably a die plus 2, right? No, never mind. Regice is fat as shit, but I just think he's going to do jack shit anyway, so. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, Mist Mag is going to clean up. Calm Mind will, very, very good. Very good Mist Mag. I said in the matchup, like, the Ghost Resist is a Cacturne, so I'm assuming there's Model Shallow. I don't know what the fourth move is. Maybe Pain Split or Sub or something, but yeah. Mist Mag we knew was very, very good here. Yeah, I mean, Flinch into crit was rough, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know what you did about this Mist Mag anyway. So yeah, Frida's going to move on. He had a very, very dominant 5-0 win. We knew that Heatran was incredibly strong here. It did be very strong. Mist Mag, as we said, was pretty good into very poor Ghost Resists. Yeah, and Frida's pressed his advantage, especially after that crit flinch sequence, and just like, yeah, just very good by Frida, advancing on in a very dominant win here. All right, next up we have another friend of mine who's played in my Gen 9 league as well as in Hades Gen 4 League. Fun fact, in the league where I played Friday, the league I won where I played Friday in semifinals, Lou was my only loss in the regular season. I was 6-0 and then lost him because I can never have an undefeated regular season because the world hates me. And then I was so scared I was going to play him in finals, but he lost to Brett in semis, so I played Friday into Brett. And Brett's no last year, of course. Brett obviously was a top 4 last year in DET, or last DET season. Anyway, let's get into it. So we see Woo versus Cactus Way here. Woo's a pretty high seed at 285. Cactus Way a bit lower at 104. So we could have a big upset in our hands if Cactus pulls this out. We see a Raikou Mirror. But one side is a ground type and the other doesn't. So yeah, Woo has 2 ground types. Holy shit. Woo is insanely prepared for Raikou. Well, yeah, Snorlax, Flygon, Swampert. Yeah, that Cactus Way's gonna have a lot of trouble making progress with that. Whereas Woo's Raikou just goes bonkers here. I mean, outspeeds everything nice. The Weavile, the Speed Tide. The Electric Resists aren't great. I mean, Thunderbolt Shadow Ball hits this team really fucking hard. You can run like you can run like Calm Mind Roar even if you want, and like force out the opposing Raikou. Honestly, I think that's probably the best set here is like T-Bolt, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind Roar. Seems really, really strong, so you don't have to deal with a Calm Mind Roar. Because obviously Cactus Way needs to try and fit more coverage. So I think that's very good. Starmie also been quite solid. The only real check is Cress. I mean, Cress is a fantastic Starmie check, of course. No way around that. So we do have to respect that. Snorlax looking decent, but Breloom can, kind of break through it. I will say, yeah, and then Heatran is not great here either. And so the dual grounds, they both resist fire and Snorlax. Honestly, the core of Snorlax Swampert is insanely difficult for Cactus to break, outside specifically Breloom. And to be fair, Breloom does look fantastic here. The only real switch-in is like Togekiss. And Togekiss does not enjoy taking a Focus Punch after Rocks, of course. But, I don't know. This match was looking pretty in Lu's favor. I think I have to give this to Lu, but, like, maybe Breloom can pull something out. Weebattle's not terrible here either, but obviously Snorlax kind of stuffs it as the Swampert. I think that I'm going to pretty heavily put this in Lu's favor. Heatran lead into Flygon. We see if I just get a U-turn, of course, I forced out the Heatran. In comes the Raikou, so it's going to try and take advantage of this immediately. It's going to sub here, I assume. It's going to sub. Okay, so it's sub Calm Mind. It's not like Calm Mind Roar like I thought it might be. Oh no, Psychic doesn't break the sub. He did not invest to break subs with Psychic at +0. That might just be the end of the game. Oh shit. That might just be it. In comes Breloom, but like, it's going to be tough. You're gonna sub here. You have a Thunderbolt. That is 41. Is this mono fucking Thunderbolt? It could be. There's no ground type. I'm assuming it's mono Thunderbolt then. It might be Roar in the last slot then. I'm assuming that's what it is. It will give a Seed Bomb. Yeah, Raikou can keep subbing, obviously. I mean, but you can spam Seed Bomb. So Raikou's actually gonna be able to break through this. Raikou's gonna be forced out here. Or it's just a Thunderbolt again. Does it live a Seed Bomb? Oh, it's gonna get. Ooh, that was rough. That was a very good sequence by Cactus there. Getting the Raikou to sleep is huge because obviously that's the biggest threat on Lu's team by far. Yeah, that getting that sequence right with by Cactus was very, very good. They were gonna try and C-bomb Swallow. Not gonna do much, obviously. Swallow's a very good Breloom check. I should have mentioned that in the team builder, but that's like his only Breloom check. Earthquake on the Heatran switch. What a play from Lu, but based on damage, we know another one's not going to KO unless it gets a higher roll. It does not. It gets a lower roll even. Rock's going to go up, and now Crest is going to come in. Yeah, we don't want to risk the Heatran going down, of course. So you have Earthquake. Starmie's to switch into Crest. Interesting. He's good. I guess he has Natural Cure, so he can take a Thunder Wave and just pivot out. Fair enough. Starmie's going to trick a Specs onto that Crest, so Crest now locked in Toxic, and Starmie can just heal it off. Very, very tough position for Cactus now. Swallow comes in. In comes the Rotom on the Cactus side. Interesting. Okay. Heatran comes in on the Sludge Bomb, but obviously it was not going to enjoy taking an Earthquake. Just got Earth Power. That's only going to do 45. Yeah. Swallow's pretty fat naturally. And it's probably a more defensive Heatran based on that. Crest going to come in. Get off the Psychic. He's doing a lot of damage to the Specs. We can just recover it off, of course. Yeah, we're just going to recover here. I guess he was staying with Psychic in case it didn't recover, which is fair. Starmie doesn't always pack recover. But instead, this we're going to go into Swampert as the double into Rotom. Crest going to come back in here, so I'm just going to get rocks for Lu. Lu's in a very dominant position so far. I mean, his Raikou being asleep sucks, but otherwise, he's in a very good position. Crest is going to lock into Toxic now. It's forced out into Rotom. Starts doing you can recover. Yes, you can recover here, and they can get rid of the Toxic, of course. They go back into Swampert. Rotom's going to trick a Scarf onto Swampert, so that does hurt Swampert's ability to make progress, obviously. Just go Waterfall, only doing 18 in the Crest. So now we have two trick choice bonds stuck in each other. Very funny. Armor's going to come in, Psychic, but obviously can just recover this off again. Weave's going to come in this time, presumably wanting to Pursuit Trap it. We know the Starmie is not a Colbert, but wow, call out play and get the Surf off. Pursuit is going to KO those Starmie, so Starmie goes down. That could be big for Crest, potentially even. Just like spam Spec Psychic. Anyway, Ice Punch, so it's 2 KOs for Swallow this game. Let's go. We love some Swallow gaming around here. 2 KOs for Swallow. Crest could come in. There's no real Psychic resist. Yeah, you just have to sack your Raikou. The Specs Crest actually applying a lot of pressure now. Obviously, Raikou's guaranteed to sleep with Surge, which is a sack, basically. But as you go out to Snorlax, actually, Snorlax should take a Spec Psychic pretty well. Yeah, only 19% with the Specs. That's crazy. Rotom's going to come in. Are we going to... Nope, we're just going to buy Slam. Fair enough. Thunderbolt only do Chwei is especially defensive Snorlax if I've ever seen one. We're going to start cursing. Rotom's going to trick the Rindo Berry onto Snorlax to take off its 1 berry, but Crunch to KO it, so it can't take advantage of that. Breloom's going to come in here. Breloom's going to Spore, but, yeah, right, Raikou was already still asleep. Well, that's probably it. Yeah, you need... That's a pretty big throw by Kendrick there, by Cactus there. He really needed to throw off that big fighting move there, and I think Snorlax just wins now. Yeah, Snorlax just... I mean, even if Crest kills, it doesn't matter. Crest can't, like, solo this entire team. Yeah, Psychic's gonna KO, but it's too late. Ryko's going to come in, presumably try and burn a sweep turn. It's not going to. This bracket's differential doesn't matter, so fair enough, you might as well go for it. And now Swampert going to come in, and yes, sure, Swampert wins here. Waterfall, 17%. It's going to flinch the crest, and now it definitely wins. I don't think it will matter because even without these flinches, like Rotom used Trick. Rotom used Trick on the Swampert Coop. That's why it was holding. Yeah, it would trick the Swampert. Yeah, Swallow. I love Swallow. Swallow's a fun mon. I love Swallow in Gen 9, especially with like Encore and Knockoff and bullshit. But like, it's still pretty solid here for 2 points. Like, it's one of the better mons you can get for 2 points in this format. Luge Draft is very, very good. I don't know if I'd call it OP. Like, he doesn't even have like a top tier round. Like, Starmie Raikou a very common wheel. Snorlax round 3 makes sense. Round 4 Fly Guy's a bit late. Round 6 Swampert's a bit late. But Swampert sometimes goes undrafted. Like, honestly, Luge Draft doesn't feel broken to me at all. It's just like a collection of good Pokemon. Genuinely, like Raikou Starmie's a very real round back wheel. Snorlax round 3 is very real. It probably shouldn't be, but like it's still underrated in this format for some reason. Flygon round 4, yeah, like Snorlax Flygon your back wheel. I'm assuming we was 8th pick or 7th or something based on this. So presumably at back wheel he got Starmie Raikou on the first wheel, and then Snorlax Flygon on the second wheel. Like that's a very good. Those just, I mean, that's good, but it's not like the craziest thing I've ever seen. I've seen much crazier drafts in the store. Togekiss Swampert is a very strong third back row a bit. But Togekiss goes undrafted a lot, and Swampert goes undrafted sometimes, so like... Oh, yeah, Swallow does still have one. You're right. But Encore's a lot more broken in Gen 9 is what I mean. Like, because that Mega Game's so offensive. But he does still have Encore, yeah, if you got it even Gen 3. But, like, it's more broken move in Gen 9, even though it doesn't last so much, because the Mega Game is so much more offensive. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Luge Draft is too crazy. I think it's just like solid wheels. And like, yes, round 6 Swampert is a little strong, but like, it didn't even get drafted every pool, so I can't blame him for taking advantage of that. Oh wait, I did not mean to close that. I meant to close the replay. I am dumb. Like, I know. I don't think Luge Draft is broken. I just think it's very good. Like, it's not the most broken I've seen. Not even close. It's just solid. Like, it's a fine draft. It's a good draft. Don't get me wrong. But also, like, then again, we also have redraft. And Luge's just a very talented DPP player in his own right. I don't think the draft is carrying him at all here. I really don't. He's just a very talented DPP player. At least in draft. I don't know if he's played a ladder, but yep. Go to game 4. Next up, we have 2 friends. No, I hit 14. Yep, there we have 2 friends of mine, Teriso and Risky. For those who don't know, Risky is one of my longest friends in draft. I've known him since, like, oh, God. Since he was in my first Discord league tier, so even though he turned for many years, he's a super admin in my league BBL. In my opinion, the most wholesome person in the scene. He's the nicest guy I know, and he's a pretty solid player, especially in old gens. He won our Black White off season a few years back, so yeah, definitely a solid player. If you don't want to see 113, obviously I helped a bit with prep for this game, so I'm a bit biased here. And Teriso's a pretty well-known player at this point. I've also been friendly with him through my league and for some of our encounters. So yeah, 2 people I really like. I'm rooting for Risky in this game because I've known him for 8 or 7 fucking years, but 7.5 years, I guess. But 2 very, very cool guys and good players. So let's see it here. Well, first I noticed that we did see this matchup is Risky's Infernape counterplay is really bad. It's pretty much just Blastoise and Infernape U-turn into like Jolteon or Venusaur. Infernape U-turn into Venusaur specifically is really tough for Risky to deal with outside of like Snorlax, but Snorlax getting chipped is very good for the rest of the team. Gyarados is a bit of a tough time to shame and Blastoise though, I will say, and Arrow, which could potentially be Scarfed. Metagross looks not great in like Bronzong, Spiritomb, Gyarados, but it can still make progress. Of course, it's a Metagross. But Risky has a lot of problems with this Bronzong. It just very well can break through it. No fire type, barely a fire type coverage even. Like, this Bronzong just kind of sits on the entire team, and there's not much Risky can do about it. It's a really rough matchup on that front. I will say Shaman looking pretty decent here. Venusaur is a decent check, but he can obviously run Steep for HP Fire and hit the Bronzong for decent damage too if he gets a drop. Snorlax looking pretty good. Yes, it can't run like Mono normal, but like normal dark coverage is fine here. And like Infernape does have a bit of trouble breaking out if he can start cursing. I think I have to lean Teriso here, though. I think I have to give this match to Teriso. Infernape's just so hard for Risky to check, like, at all. I will say this was a while ago, so I don't actually remember all the prep me and Risky and our friends made. Nidoqueen leading to Gyarados. Waterfall on turn 1 going to do 83. Poison Point comes out as Nidoqueen just got a Thunderbolt, but the Gyarados is Wakan. It is very low now, though. Out to Mischievous. Risky has loved this Mischievous, by the way. He's using a lot of this tournament. Return is going to come out, bounce off the Mischievous. They just Shadow Ball, so only just Choi. It's a special defensive Venusaur, for sure. Thunderwave, yeah, Risky is royal. I think he's brought Mischievous to all but one game, like 3 of his 4 games so far. I think he swept with it one game. And we're seeing Thunderwave come off into the Venusaur, doing yellow magic things. Mara's going to Psychic, does 77. That's specs? I don't remember. Again, I'm not like, it's been a while since I made this, I didn't make it, but I gave input on this prep. It's been a while. HP Fire, it wasn't specs, so he just kills the Venusaur there. Jolteon comes in. We're going, obviously, to go out to Snorlax. Baton passed out into Spiritomb, which I would expect to get Infernape, but I guess he didn't want to risk a Chople. Which makes sense. We're going to see a Toxic Miss as it gets burned. That's unfortunate, obviously. Into Mischievous on the Nasty Plot. Ooh, that Toxic would have been really nice now. Memento, though. Well, Risky's favorite moves. Risky is a very stab-heavy player, so I know he does. He runs Memento a lot. We're going to see Blastoise try to Toxic, but the Bronzong can win this time knowing it's coming. And that, I don't know if I mean, I guess the Memento gets it pursued, but I don't know. I guess it was at +2, you kind of needed to. So I'm going to Choi to the Inverted as we just protect on close combat. We're taking, I guess you want to Scout Wave walks into it, which makes sense. Into Blastoise. Does 33, so that's probably Scarf based on that damage. Switch out to the Jolteon on the Surf. That's not going to do too much. Jolteon size is very frightening. Thunderbolt doing Choi too, but with the burn, Snorlax getting worn down really fast here. And with Protected, probably just have Rest for Protected of these. You got Toxic into the Bronzong again. Yeah, very good play by Teresa there. Get Bioslam, hope for a Para. Not going to get it, as Bronzong's got Trick Room. Okay. Interesting. So it's probably more offensive. And Gyro Ball, that's just 28? What the fuck? Is that like fucking Macho Brace? Because like, the power on that Gyro Ball should be so damn low into fucking Snorlax. That's gotta be like Macho Brace, right? Like, there's no way it's not. How else are you doing 28 to a Snorlax with Gyro Ball? Like, there's no way it's not Macho Brace. Anyway, Hidden Power Fires can come out, bounce into the Spiritomb. Spiritom's get a Nasty Plot here. We're gonna Meteor Mash, so it is mixed, but only just 30 because it's obviously very specially invested. Gonna get up a Dark Pulse here. Another Meteor Mash, but yeah, this Metagross is not gonna go down. Oh wait, no, it's not. But it's not gonna kill. Yeah, Metagross can go down because of the leftovers from the Yep, so Metagross gonna go down to that Spiritomb. Risky a very tough spot now. Nidoqueen comes in, gonna get up rocks, okay. But you have this big threat in front of you. What's in the back? Chimecho, okay. Gotta go to Shallow Ball A's. Well, Coop, Chimecho didn't get 4 kills, but it did get 1. Chimecho did get 1. It's good Calm Mind here as well. Take the Gyro Ball at 51. I still think this is Macho based on damage on the fucking Snorlax. I could be wrong. Gyro Ball again do 54, but can you just recover out this Trick Room turns. Like surely, yeah. Yep, keep going. Might as well. Like he's not making any progress here. Obviously, you're risking the crit, but Gyro Ball also only has 3 PP left. Yeah, it's good. Boom. Okay. I mean, your Chimecho traded for the best Pokemon in the matchup, but it doesn't matter because all you have else is Blastoise and Jolteon. But the fact Chimecho got essentially 2 kills because it forced the Bronzong to boom is very funny. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, very good win by Teresa, but I will say it was a really tough matchup for Risky. I mean, that Bronzong just forced so much. Bronzong and Furby were both such problems for the team. Even though Furby didn't do much, Bronzong was just a huge issue. I think Teresa did definitely outplay a bit, though. Like, very, very good prep. I really want to know if this Bronzong is a Macho Base. I'm asking later, because I still refuse to believe it did 20% to a Snorlax without Macho Base. I refuse to believe that damage. I'm sorry, I know Snorlax does have good defense, but it's so slow. Gyro Ball should be it should be like 5-10 base power here. In fact, let me pull up a calc while I'm thinking. I want to see. Let me calc something. Like, just out of curiosity. Because I really want to see how I did 20. Let's go. Like, Bronzong. Take off the Macho Brace here. Into Snorlax. With no speed. Okay, maybe it's got a high roll. But Snorlax surely has HP, yeah. Yeah, okay. It's fucking Macho Brace. Fair. It's a good tech in Gen 4 so far, but damn, that's a very Macho Brace Bronzong's always such a funny thing in Gen 4. So yeah, I'm going for Teresa there, advancing a top 64. Let's get on to the next one. We have here halfway point of stream, game 5. We have Adamant versus Fibonacci. Adamant, also known as Astoria. Another person I've known for a very long time, pretty much since I ran the old Draft League World Cup many years ago. Long before the Smogon one, there was another one I ran. So back in the day. and it was a bit different. But yeah, Astoria played in at least season 2 and 3. He captained Team Austria to winning season 3. Does it? It might be Speedy. I don't think it was Speedy Wax. I think it was no Macho Break. I don't know. I probably should put Macho. I don't know. It might have been Speedy Wax. I don't remember the prep. I don't remember exactly what all was on Risky's pace when he saying it to me. It's been a while because they also played pretty early in the week. So let's get into match reviews. So we have 2 solid players, Adam and Fabianacci. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. 2 solid players because we are in the bracket stage, of course. It's gonna be frequent trend. Let's get into it. First, I'm noticing if Fabianacci isn't very looking okay here, but the combination of like Scarf, Flygon, Raikou speeding, and Pokemon like Mesprit and Blastoise is going to limit its abilities. Still very good, of course. Raikou's interesting, but the problem is I can't fit both HPS and HP ground here, so it's going to have a bit of a tough time into Gliscor, Shaman, Jolteon. Snorlax looking very good outside the Infernape as always. Yeah, Double Ghost is very good, but the hard part is that ghosts are super limited, so it's hard to get multiple of them. I mean, when you get 2 shitter ghosts, well, I don't think Mischievous is that, but when you like both Mischievous and a shitter like Banette, yeah, I mean that's realistic to happen. But I don't know, I don't think Banette. Like Astoria's used Banette very well. I just don't get the idea of drafting with Mischievous and Banette. I feel like you could big better use of those points with one of them, but either way, Suicune is quite frightening. But you do have a couple of phasing options with Snorlax, Blastoise, and Flygon, and Raikou obviously can maybe 1v1 depending on how many boosts you get in beforehand. Shaman's very good. The only grass resist is Skarmory. In fact, I think on the back of Shaman, I'm going to give the matchup to Fabianacci here. Let's get into it. Story on the left, Fabianacci on the right. The Mesprit lead into Gliscor Rescue. You turn 1. Mesprit get Brock Size him. Let's get Psychic doing 40 to Mischievous. Oh, and yes, but after drop Mischievous, it might be in range of another one now. Get Shallow Ball doing only 43. Mesprit with the Stitch Berry heal up. It's getting up rocks here. Okay, makes sense. Now, Mischievous definitely is in range of another one. So you're going to switch. Yep. Will is going to miss the Skarmory. That's unfortunate. It's only 75% in this gen, though. We do have to remember that. Thunderbolt only doing 8% to Raikou. Yarko's going to eat that up. Probably get, let's get a click here. Presumably Calm Mind. No, it's going to Thunderbolt. Getting off 21 on Shaman. That's okay damage. Switching out to Skarmory on the Seed Flare. Doing 11. Is going to drop. So Skarmory might be in range of a Hidden Power now. Yeah, he has to switch out. Their Seed Flare is going to come out. They'll miss on the Snorlax. That's, I mean, he got the drop before, so fair enough. Fire Punch into Mischievous, so only doing 23 here. As we know, Willis is coming, so Raikou's probably your mon you're willing to get burned. Instead, it's going to Paints, but this does let the Raikou in for free. Jolteon's switching here, presumably expecting HP Ice, but Raikou's just going to Calm Mind here. But Jolteon have Toxic? It probably has Toxic, I assume. He'll protect Scouting for it, and yeah, there's the Toxic, so you'll play by a story, you can now switch, you know, getting to avoid the Toxic. Is Snorlax immunity here? It is, yeah, it makes sense. I don't think. Was there anything, no, there, oh, I guess you'd add to a fighting move anyway. Thick Fat doesn't really make sense on Snorlax here, yeah. Scorpion's gonna come in as the, Jordan's gonna Baton Bass. Infernape is to bring in. Get a sub, Scorpion, I assume he's gonna Brave Bird, yeah. So that is, very heavily telegraphing Akaberry here, so I assume the Infernape's gonna switch. Nope, just stay in. Oh yeah, this is the most Akaberry Skarm I've ever fucking seen, holy shit. Still subbing, is he like some sort of Pinchberry? Maybe. No, he's just saying he wanted the Blaze Boost, I guess. I guess the Blaze Boost does mean you might KO through the Akaberry, but, like, yeah, you just switch out. Surf's gonna crit the Jolteon. That's unfortunate. That's a wild chip on this thing. John's gonna protect, but yeah, that's a really big crit. Obviously, you need health on this for Raikou. You have a Thunderbolt do a ton to Blastoise. Blastoise is gonna KO back. Yep. But how much did that previous surf did? Previous surf crit? I mean, it might be a roll even if previous crit did 67. I don't know. Wait, actually, no. Was it in Torrent? No, it was in Torrent. Never mind. That definitely was not a roll. Anyway, Shaman's going to get Healing Wish, bring in the Infernape. It's going to live on 1 after the rocks and get the Healing Wish off. Very good. But Skarmory, I'm just going to keep Brave Birding here, right? Yeah. There we go. Get off another Brave Bird. Yep. As I said, the Akaberry was super obvious. How much health is he on here? Sub. And on this turn, I mean, it lived on 12, so you will need probably 2 more subs. I don't know. It's tough. But yeah, very Akaberry Skarmory, and then give it out to Brave Rico. But Infernape going down is huge, obviously. You'll get Roman Spiritomb. Yeah, it's not bad. Yep. Double nice more speed monkey is not bad, Coop. Yeah. A Shabo comes out just only 33. Mischievous is not that strong offensively. Flying us to get Fire Blast here. Okay, that's not going to do too much to Mischievous with its natural special bulk, but we're going to miss another Will-O-Wisp. Oof. So a lot of Will-O-Misses this game. We're going to bring in the Gliscor. On the Fire Blast, take 35. It's good damage. HP Ice going to come out. Yep. So it's not choiced. Suicune is the last Pokemon on Fabinacci's side. Flying just going to U-turn here into Raikou. As we quick Calm Mind, but I did not one Calm Mind is not enough to beat Raikou. Yeah, Fire almost gonna do 46. Surf only gonna do 64. Yep. Yeah, that's gonna probably be the end of the game. I assume. I don't think. Yeah, Mischievous is too well. This game is over. Yep. Protect's going to come off. Get some lefties. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I get you might as well. And that's going to be game for a story. A very dominant 5-0 win. Used all his pieces really well. I mean, very good with just spamming Raybird to, like, until it was forced to hit your Occaberry. That was smart. Like, not playing around, not risking anything with that Infernape. These neat Mischievous set, I like that a lot. Healing with Shaman, very good. Healing is always a good move. I think it's a little worse in this gen. Well, like, it's debatable because, like, you take the hazards before you come in, so you have to keep your mana out of hazards raised, but then you're at 100, so debatable, but yeah. I'd say it's pretty solid power on both sides, but Astoria just kind of played this super well and took home a 5-0 win in a matchup that I don't think favored him at all. Let's get into this next one. Hey. Well, yeah, Godstroke's driver Seed 4 versus Nate Dogg Seed 125, who won his play-in game to make it here. Let's take a look here. So you see, Dugtrio Blissey he's been complaining a lot in chat, but yeah, this does kind of shit on Raikou, of course. Dugtrio Blissey makes Raikou's life very hard. And Lantern, like, yeah, Raikou doesn't do shit here. Hell, it doesn't even green to Bronze on because you don't do that much Earthquakes you for DC or Booms on you. I will say on the other hand, there are some other very good Pokemon here. Gyarados looking amazing. You just have to pop Lantern Shuckaberry or get it low, which is not too hard to do. Lantern does have great recovery. T-Tar looking not bad. You have to watch out for Dugtrio, but still, like, T-Tar's just good as a breaker here. Like, Shuckaberry, just like quick attacks is not bad at all. Obviously, Raikou does have to be Shuckaberry or Shed Shell because of Dugtrio. Dragonite's a bit scary, but you know Bronzong control the best checks in the game. You have way to intimidate. You have Donphan. Like, you can deal. This is a pretty well-equipped team to deal with Dragonite. Gengar can't really make much progress with T-Tar there. Hitmonlee has a bit of trouble into Dusclops. Sceptile feels as good as Raikou looks in a normal matchup. Yeah, Sceptile looks fucking crazy here, obviously. The graphs just aren't great, but it's kind of hard to fit ways to hit both Bronzong and Dragonite on the same stage is the one issue. I guess you could run, like, SD with, like, Dragon Claw, but I don't know, maybe that's not bad, but, I think this match is pretty heavily in Nate Dogg's favor in general. Like, I just don't see great ways for Godstroke's driver to make a sort of offensive progress at all. And while, yes, his defense score isn't bad, I don't think it's enough to stand up. Yeah, I think Nate Dogg is a pretty heavy matchup advantage here. We'll see if he can upset Godstroke's driver, the 4 seed. See, Gengar we into Gyarados, just a quick Thunderbolt in turn 1. It is with Comberry, do 90. Holy shit, that's life orb, but it does live. It's good Dragon Dance here. We know we're faster because it's obviously showed life orb. In comes the Blissey, takes 55. Wow. You get off another Waterfall, take it out in 2. Dugtrio's gonna come in. Is it gonna Sucker Punch? No, it's Sash. Okay, is it gonna flinch though? Could. No, it's just gonna KO the Gyarados with return, but still, like, that's very good value from your Gyarados so far. Crunch with the Sceptile, gonna take it out. In comes the Bronzong. We are not writing Focus Punch Abra. She's pretty good, yes, true, no way. Anyway, Iron Head, that's like Life Orb Trick Room. Iron Head did, that's a lot, wow. Hey, yep, not gonna do much. We just see the other Bronzong come in, but, yep. I guess he's gonna try and flinch it down, but I would have expected him to be slower. I would expect him to be Trick Room if he's running fucking Life Orb Bronzong, but I guess not. We're going to switch out into Dusclops here, but Bronzong's getting worn down. Let's go on the boom. Very good play by Nate Dogg there. That's a huge lift in momentum. Shellball comes out, KOs the Dusclops. Nate Dogg in a very commanding position. We see Sceptile come out here. It can just crunch. Hitmonlee comes in. It's not going to take too much from that, of course. The other defense drop, though, it might be in Leaf Blade range now, but I guess Nate doesn't want to miss it. Not miss the range, I mean, not miss the move. Anyway, Kosam's got 2 kill this Bronzong here, so Hitmonlee doing something at least. Donphan comes in, should easily tank this hit. Close combat again, doing 45. That hurts, but he does tank it. Airquake's get KO back. Yep. I mean, this is -4 defense. We see Dragonite come in, but Donphan surely has Ice Shard, right? Or something. Yeah, Head Smash. Okay. Head Smash, get around potential Yachi Berry. Very good prep from Nate there. And this Gengar is going to lose the Sceptile, obviously. We're going to Shadow Ball here, but it's a bit too late. Yep. Very, very fast, aggressive game here. Wow. And Nate is going to take him the win, knocking out the 4 seed. Huge upset. So that's our someone who made play-ins moving on to top 64. Well, I mean, had to play for wins, you know. I mean, I like the Gyarados lead. I always like Gyarados lead. I feel like Pokemon like Gyarados, and like also like this applies to Mario Gen 7 with like Mega Charizard X. Sometimes you just want to lead your giant setup Mom week to rocks and just start making progress, and it did that here. Head Smash Donphan was nice. I like that as a way to get around Yachi Dragonite. Obviously, you probably still pack the Ice Shard, but this way you can get around. You can scout for Yachi early if you need to, which he did. Yeah, I mean, nothing else too crazy. Like the Life Orb Bronzong was cool. I don't know if I love it, but it's okay here. I don't necessarily love the Life Orb Bronzong here. Maybe it was needed to get the KO on Gyarados at -1 with Boom. I could see that being the reasoning, but I still don't think it's worth it. At that point, I would almost rather run the Silk Scarf and just keep my health. That's just me. But yeah, good win by Nate Dogg here. Moving on, top 64. Into our next one. Game 7. We have Watashi C39 versus Big Bandar C90. These are two very, very good players from who both have a lot of Smogon experience, to my understanding. So definitely should be a good game here. Let's take a look. Well, Watashi's probably bringing us top 6. I don't see much reason to bring Gastly or Magnemite here. I guess you could bring Magnemite for the Empoleon, but realistically, are you actually doing that? I guess you could. Your Empoleon switches aren't the best, but no. Let's be honest. They are not bringing the Magnemite. So we know what 6 are coming on Watashi's side. On Big Bandar, I doubt the Dragonair comes as probably the top 7. Looking at the matchup here, a Dragonite is kind of pressured. I mean, we have Empoleon, Rhyperior, and Cloyster. I think you probably just run Special Dragonite here, like Draco Me or like Thunderbolt or Thunder. I think Special Dragonite actually looks fucking insane here now. I'm looking at this more. Yeah. Infernape's not bad, but Swampert, Crest, also good checks. Celebi looking fantastic here, actually, though. Like, I don't see great Celebi counterplay on Big Band on Watashi's side. I can see like a Calm Mind Celebi doing a lot of work here. I mean, well, you need Grass Move. I mean, actually, you kind of need Free Attack. You could just just like HP Fire and just break down Crest with something else. I mean, Crest is pretty annoying for Big Bandar to get through. Togekiss is looking decent here. The Fire Resistance aren't great, but obviously Raikou is a bit annoying. It's pretty even, I'd say. I mean, the problem is, again, Raikou can't fit all the coverage. It needs HP Ground for Jolteon, but also needs HP, like, Water, Grass, because HP Ground's going to bounce off Rhyperior, and it needs Signal Beam for Celebi. So it's going to be a bit of a tough Raikou match if it wants to Calm Mind. Albeit, I don't know if you need Calm Minds, but you could just, like, run 4 attacks. Like, it doesn't look bad. Or, like, Subtoxic also could work very well on this Raikou here. Yeah, I think I'm going to call this about even. They both sets are really good. And we see 2 custom avatars. So, yeah, Watashi and Big Band are obviously both very good players. Celebi come out on the Swampert to get up rocks. Celebi also get rocks up. It's going to sub. Okay, as the Raikou comes. The Raikou also get Frantis with Signal Beam, but Celebi also have a free move here. Oh, Rai's going to cook its own substitute as Celebi's going to Leech Seed. Ooh, very good play by Watashi there. Now it's going to Signal Beam. So he's going to Psychic Break the sub. Obviously, it's forced out here. Into Jolteon. Okay, is Raikou going to sub again? It is. Does Jolteon have the HP Ground? I hope so. The Signal Beam for 29. It's not much damage. It's just running Roar. That works too. The Dragonite gets brought in though. When rocks aren't up, this thing's a huge threat. In comes Togekiss, but he's not a fairy type yet. Dragonite, so it is physical. Togekiss could trick it a Scarf though, but oh, and now it's locked on an Ice Punch. Wow. I mean, I guess I bet which yeah, wow, that's a very nice sequence by Big Bandar there. Let's see, Empoleon come in as Raikou switch. Just a Signal Beam predicting a Celebi, but it's not going to switch out. Just give a big Surf for 49. You have a Thunderbolt here. Take out the Empoleon. So Watashi up 6-4 now. Infernape's going to come in, Screaming Scarf. It's not Scarf. It's go with the Thunderbolt. Fire Blast is going to do a lot. It's going to KO though, yeah. But that did a lot to the Infernape. Wow. You see a Grass Knot come out into the Rindo Berry, but Swampert's obviously going to take it out. Yep. Yep, in comes Jolteon. Clearly HP Grass. Yep. Swampert's go with us. That's full spit F Swampert. Air Power's probably killed Jolteon. Yep. Watashi up 5-2 now. Does Big Bandar have an out left. Psychics could kill the Swampert, but I mean, Watashi hasn't even revealed 4 of their Pokemon. Or 3 of their Pokemon. Fortress could come in here. Selby is packing HP Fire. Yep. Fortress could live. It's going to boom. No, it's going to spin to get rid of the rocks. Makes sense. Bruiser is going to sack it here. No, go Crest. He does still have the Crest in the back. Selby's going to sub, though. Very good play by Raph there. Go for the Hail Mary. Reach Seed. Does have a move. It's just going to sub as well. Lots of substitutes. Is that, what, 1, 2, 3 Pokemon substitutes game? Yeah. 3 Pokemon substitutes. Rapier's going to come in as a Snorlax is the switch. Rapier's got Swords Dance. Oh, that's scary, but Snorlax is going to Curse up. You gain the Celebi on the boosted Snorlax, but Earthquake's going to do 19, but I know it is rough. We just going to come out, but surely Snorlax can just win for his position, right? Bison doing 51. I guess Celebi can't start subbing here. It's getting enough health back, yeah. So I'm just going to Bison again. Is it going to have enough health to make another sub? It is gaining back 21% per turn, so but eventually it will not have enough. If we just spam Body Slam, yeah. It's not getting enough health back. Like, it's getting these subs off, but it's not getting, like, enough to make them infinitely, right? Yeah, so looking like it might be able to make one here. I'm not sure based on the exact health. Okay, apparently it's exactly 25, so never mind. So I'm just going to KO it. I think that's game. Unless Rhyperior can maybe pull this out. I mean, Rhyperior can maybe pull this out. He's going to need a Swords Dance here, obviously. So I'm just going to Earthquake to 49. Okay. Rhyperior might KO from this range, I have to assume. Earthquake does KO the Snorlax. Does he have a response? Crest commands right on Grass Move. No, just running Ice Beam. Does 54. Mega Horn comes out for Rhyperior. So does, but obviously Dragon can just win. Or yeah, why would you go into this first? He's scouting for Custap. Okay, fair enough. Custap Berry Scout with the Fortress is a good play. Very good play. I'm really bad. Lunar Wrestling Crest, I have no idea. I probably pretty good. I am not, like, sorry, evaluating the man. I'm still working on, like, the data of it. But Lunar Wrestling Cresselia and Gen 4 sounds fucking crazy. But also, like, it's not getting future moves. I'm bringing in future Pokemon. They don't get their moves. So Crest is not getting Lunar Blessing because it's not a move that exists in Gen 4. In that metagame I'm working on, it's not going to get Lunar Blessing. Yeah, Watashi could take a really nice 1-0 win. Obviously, it was pretty close, but I feel like they did play that just super well. Both sides played super well. Big Bandar and Watashi, as expected, a fantastic game here. Both sides did a great job, but Watashi is going to take them the super close 1-0 win. Definitely one of the closest games in brackets so far. Very well played on both sides. Yeah, fantastic game between 2 fantastic players. What more can you ask for? Watashi advances to top 64. It's probably one of the favorites to win the whole tournament, let's be honest. They are like one of the best players on Smogon. Let's get into game 8. Game 8. We have here Unzips Kroger, the 3C versus Azcelery, the C126. Azcelery, another player who had to fight like Nate Dogg through plans to make it. And Azcelery did not have an easy plans opponent either. They played Devin, another very, very good player. Azcelery did make top 4 in this MoNGB Cup, so it obviously can't be underestimated. But Unzips Kroger, being the 3C, he obviously completely decimated his pool, so not someone to take lightly. You're obviously two very, very solid players here that are going to be facing off in a round of 128. We've had a bunch of those games between like really solid players both playing in such an early round. Let's see. I think we have another one coming up. Let me look. One second. Let me look down. I think we have another one coming up. I don't remember. Maybe not. Oh, let me see. No. I think that was last stream. That'd be a deep receiver versus Typhoon Carter, but that might be weird. I don't remember. Hey, let's look at the matchup here. So we see Gyarados looking pretty good. The only real check is the Blastoise. Well, first off, we see Unzips Kroger with a very classic Fire score of Infernape, Shaman, Gyarados. It is not bad here. Infernape has a bit of a tough time breaking for this team, but it can get a lot of momentum. And Shaman's pretty difficult to deal with outside the Zapdos. Obviously, Zapdos is a huge problem for Unzips Kroger, though. No ground type at all. No, the only like electric resist is Shaman, and that obviously does not enjoy taking heat waves very well at all. I can even see like running like HP. You don't even need HPS. I can see running like HP flying Zapdos to just hit the Shaman hard and heat wave. In fact, I think that might be the play. I mean, then you don't hit Registeel as hard, but I think that's fine. Like, I would heavily consider HP flying Zapdos here. It also hits Infernape a bit harder than Thunderbolt in case that comes up. Yeah, I think HP flying Zapdos looks really good. Infernape looking okay, not great. As I said, Shaman looking okay, not great. All of Unzips Kroger's top 3 are decent, but all have checks, which is going to be a bit annoying. We see Sceptile looking pretty solid here. The graphs just are not bad, but Leaf Blade, Earthquake X's hits this team really damn hard. Entei looking solid. We have to watch out for Gyarados. Better than that, nothing really wants to switch in on it. Yeah. Fortress is a bit of trouble spinning on Miss Mag, but it can't catch with a payback, so Rocks aren't necessarily guaranteed to stay up. No guard poison on Accelerator's side, so I can see Toxic Spikes from Drapion being big to chip down Hippo and Entei and Sceptile and Blastoise, especially Entei and Blastoise because they're taking rocks and sand as well. So Gambit Toxic Spike, even like once they get the spin off, if Blastoise isn't running Refresh, it's going to get chipped really fast. Although Blastoise, I think it might be able to fit Refresher anyway. So we'll see on that front. Yeah, I think I'm going to lean easy here as Celery here, but it's a tough one to call. Unzips Kroger on the left versus as Celery on the right. Miss Magus leading to a Paladon. I'm going to switch out to Fortress on the nasty plot. Ooh, that's a big turn from just a start off. Let's get HP Fire. Yep, is it? Oh, no, wait, no, HP. 1 second. What type is that? What's the go? Oh, HP Fighting for Clefable. Okay, that's going to do, like, that's not going to do much to Fortress. You just to sack the Mismag? I don't know if I agree with that play. Miss Magus was really good in this matchup, but he's going to sack again the Inferb. Inferb's going to nasty plot itself, but Fortress is going to boom, yeah. So Fortress just went 2 for 1 versus Unzips. Honestly, I think he played really recklessly into that. I don't agree with how he played that. Like, he played super recklessly and lost 2 of his biggest, or his 2 biggest offensive threats super early. Get rocks up with Registeel. Earthquake's going to do very well to Shaman, of course. Get off the substitute. Thunder Fang. Okay, not going to do that much. Obviously, it's a sub. Let's Shaman get a quick here. Just get a quick Leech Seed as Sceptile comes in. Good play by Accelerator there to scout for that. Now we're going to get off an X Scissor, but Shaman kills Cocaine Power, yeah. You see his HP Ice because of those Zapdos, but it's still, like, not great. Registeel comes in. We're going to Swords Dance with Sceptile. Earthquake's going to fucking chunk this thing if it doesn't KO. It does not KO, but it does 85. That's a lot of damage, of course. And Registeel good to take out of Iron Head, but, I mean, Unzips Kroger is not looking in the best position. 2 Pokemon chipped. Azar with a full health Hippo and 3 Pokemon not revealed. Zapdos comes in, just going to Thunderbolt, take out the Registeel here. We got Shaman is to switch in, but HP Ice is not going to do enough yet. It's only a Fairy 4. So I was just going to Heat Wave. Okay, so we're doing Heat Wave for Registeel instead of HP Flying. Fair enough, that makes sense. Okay, we're going to see Drapion come in, but I think it's faster as Zapdos, so Zapdos not running like full speed, but can't get a Roost off there, yeah. Yeah, get in Clef on the Ice Fang, use 28. Based on damage, Crunch. Oh no, it's not Magic Guard. Fuck. But the Crunch does not KO anyway. But damn, that Clef not being Magic Guard's room for good die sand. That's a huge mistake from Accelerator there. Q-Char, honestly, yeah, that's a huge mistake not being Magic Guard. Wow, but it might be a little too late for Unzips Kroger to capitalize on it. Earthquake's gonna KO Drapion. The last Pokemon is Gyarados, of course. So that's very funny. Let's get a Thunder. Obviously, it was a Thunder Fang here. But that's not gonna do too much. Yeah, Macomberry and the -1 just 27, but it's in range of another one. However, obviously Gyarados just kills this Waterfall. Yep. What we got? We see, okay, Blastoise comes in. Surely Blastoise HP Electric just cleans up this game, right? Yeah, that's going to be the end of it. So, yeah. Unfortunately with the cute Charm Clefable, but it just wasn't able to be capitalized on by Unzips. They lost too many pieces. Yeah, I mean, solid prep from AZ. The Fortress going 2 for 1 really early put Unzips so far in the back. I really think they played way too recklessly around that. Letting the wrist go down to Gyro Ball, not skying for Explosion, and not just laying Inferb taking Explosion. That was really, really bad. I'm not gonna lie. That just like put Azar completely in the driver's seat for the entire game. They just kind of held on to it. Yeah, like just even if it was only 2-0, it felt like Azar was in control pretty much the whole game once the same Inferb went down. So yeah, Azar is gonna move on to top 64. Sorry, I'm saying the wrong number. Top 64. Okay, second last game of the stream, we have game 19. We have here Eepin versus Fern. So Eepin, another very, very good draft player. He's been around for a while now. He used to go by Toxic. He's gone by a couple other names. But yeah, very, very good draft player. He's captain DPL, I think DCL maybe too. Just an amazing player. So, and Fern is someone I don't know as well, but of course they did make brackets. 75 is not a bad seed, so he went 2-1, probably with really good differential. I think 54 was also a 2-1, just with high diff, if I remember correctly. So both these players are on even footing here. Let's get into the matchup. First round, I see a Suicune goes fucking berserk. Like, what's the war? The war resisted a Politoed. Yes, it has an immunity, but like, surely you can just run HP, electric or I would assume grass here, and just smack that thing really, really hard. Yeah, surely Suicune feels like it just might just 1v1 this entire team unless like Encore Clef or it gets called with a boom. Well, I guess Politoed gets Encore too, so that's a bit annoying. Shaman looking very strong. No grasses outside. Metagross and Muck, which are obviously good, but Metagross, I guess, can't be dropped, so that helps. Muck, if it gets dropped a couple times, could be in Earth Power range. I will say, though, the Steel type being Bastiodon on even side, Flygon looks very, very scary here. Metagross looking pretty good, too. Obviously, Rotom, Suicune are decent answers to it, but but those don't enjoy sand. The combination of Metagross plus the chip support from Hippowdon Sand and Roxanne something could be really big. Even Spear is a Hitmonchan, which can spin on Spiritomb, but requires it to catch it with a Foresight first, which could be problematic, especially with Sand chipping down the Hitmonchan and Spiritomb getting Psychic off for a wild damage. It might be able to spin once, but I don't think he has a chance of getting off repeated spins this game. No way. What else? I guess that's the main thing. Nidoking looking decent here. The ground resist is a Flygon, but it can't really break through the raw natural bulk on Fern's team. It's good, but it's not like amazing. I don't know. I think I'm going to lean. This is tough. Azelf also doesn't look great into Spiritomb Metagross. I think I'm going to lean. It is really hard. I think I'm going to lean. Ethan just be Suicune's so good here, but it's a really close matchup. Nidoking lead into Armaldo. Stealth Rocks go up, presumably from both sides. Yep. Got Earthquake for 37. Armaldo's going to spin. No, it's going to knock. Okay. Pretty sure Armaldo can't both spin and knock still in this gen, so that means it isn't running spin at all. We're going to knock off the Sash, but that exchange did not benefit Fern at all. Knock off the Sash. Oh, no. It can get knock and spin in this gen. I know it can Gen 3. I guess it can Gen 4. Egg move illegalities are weird, folks. They're really fucking weird. Anyway, you ensure the rocks stay off. Because you can just keep spinning, yeah. Good play by Fern there. Keeping the rocks off and getting some chip on Nidoking as well. That's not bad chip, surprisingly. 8% per Radisson is not bad. We get rocks up as the Hitbound just get KO of Earthquake. So we got Shaman coming in here. Out to Muck. Yeah, Muck pretty much had to come for Shaman. We got Earth Power calling the switch. His Shucka is going to do 13. Wow. That did nothing. So that's a very defensive Shaman, a very defensive Muck. Obviously, forced out into Rotom Frost. Okay. Which Rotom did I put on here? I put on here Rotom Wash. Frost makes sense too. Anyway, we're going to catch the Muck on a Boom. That's a huge swing, obviously. Whenever you can catch a Boom with your Ghost type, that's amazing. So, yeah, very, very good for Ethan here. We're going to go into Glalie on the Clef. Clef is going to start Calm Minding, though. Oh, God. Does the Glalie have Explosion? I hope so. Out to Metagross, scouting the Explosion. It is going to catch it, though, and we take 41. This Clef is now looking very, very scary. We see Azelf come back. He's going to Fire Blast the Metagross KO, but, like, Clef is in such a strong position in this endgame now. Clef's going to come back in and continue to Calm Mind. Does he have a Hitmon? He presumably does not have a Hitmonchan in the back because he's not going into it. Shaman's going to come in on the Hippo, but, like, do you care? Clef just wins, I think. Seed Flare crit on Hippo is unfortunate. I don't think it matters that much. I might not have killed, but like, I don't know what Hippo would have done back. Clef's going to start, we're going to crit Seed Flare. Wow, but Clef is going to start Calm Minding. Yeah. Okay. We're going to have another Seed Flare, but we're going to miss. I mean, I don't think it would have killed, but Shallows, yeah, okay, 2 Seed Flares probably would have killed from that range. And the drop, well, that's unfortunate. 2 Seed Flares probably would have killed from that range. Fern getting bailed by that. Seed Flare, you got the drop, though, as it soft boils. Might be in range of another one, actually. Oh, not after lefties, now. It might be, actually, still. 42, never mind. Not as much as I thought I would. Clef is going to get up another Calm Mind. Yeah, Shaman's going to run out of Seed Flares. I just read it only has 3 left, yeah. No drop. Okay, yeah, Clef might just win here. Most useful Muck game. I don't think Muck's terrible. I think it's not great, but like for like 4 points or whatever, it's not bad. Again, another drop, okay. See if we're doing Seed Flare things, but we only have 1 left. It's gonna miss the final Seed Flare. Oh no, and that's probably game over. I mean, he hit what, 6 out of 8, it's 75. I guess odds are you should hit 7 out of 8, but 6 is not accuracy. In comes Suicune, but I think that's it. Like Suicune probably can't win. Yeah, Clef's running Thunderbolt. We're gonna see Suicune go down. Azelf comes down the Psychic, but like it was just scouting for the Boom, right? Clef just wins that, I'm pretty sure. Clef doing Clef things, yeah. With Shaman out of Seed Flares, I don't think he has a way out of this. Psychic doing 45. It's just a softball, yeah. I mean, you're risking a career or a drop, though. And he does have 13 Psychics left. Yeah, you're risking a career or a drop. It's going to Calm Mind here. Another one, no, shouldn't KO. Based with lefties, yeah. Keep clicking it. Yep, nope. Yeah, he has way too many soft boils. I think this is over. I think Clef can just spam soft boil and like Calm Mind. Eventually, like the Sand will take out everything. Yep. Ethan needs a crit here to break this Clef for sure. So far, he's not getting it. I mean, if he gets a crit, that seems like it would just basically Oko. We'll see. Psychic again. It's going to kill this time. Then it's going to softball out again. Still risking the crit. I feel like you could have just Shadow Ball there. Like, surely, right? You're out of range of everything, but he's just going to keep going. He's getting really greedy here. Like, you just kill the Azelf. You're risking crits every turn. I don't get it. Just kill the fucking Azelf. Nope, you're not going to get punished, but you're not getting punished, but you really should be. Yeah, Psychic, yep. I mean, what can you do? Like, he's clicked a lot, but he's just not getting the crit. Like, there's the crit. Oh, Clefwood's on no crit, but Clefwood's on barely a tiny amount. And yeah, that's good. That's instant our crit, obviously. Double out to Ronom. Yeah, no, this is pretty much over. Blizzard, yes, go for freeze, doesn't get it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Fern should not have won that. He got super bailed out with all like not getting crit at all for like 20 turns. Like, he was super greedy and just did not get punished for it. Like, that's Pokemon sometimes, but yeah, like he was absolutely risking so much there, but I guess it worked out for him. But yeah, he was really risking a lot for no reason with spamming that Calm Mind when everything was in range of Shadow Ball already. Just like kill them, don't risk all the crits. But I guess it worked out. So yeah, Fern is gonna move on to top 64 and knock Ethan, a very good player, out of the tournament. And on to our last game of the stream. Let's see what we got. The stream we have Charlie versus Sep. So Charlie is one of the people in my pool who beat me pretty close game, but I did choke in the end game, so yep, that happens because I'm bad. But anyway, we see Charlie at seed 30 versus Sep at seed 99. Sep's an Herpes I know from my league, so obviously I'm rooting for him. But let's see. We got Zapdos Mirror here. Charlie's a much better Zapdos check though in Nidoqueen compared to Mamoswine, of course. Yeah, both Electrosis and Sep's side are weak to Heat Waves. That's a really rough time. Starmie also looking pretty solid, and Empoleon's the only real fan that wants to come in on it. And Empoleon gets worn down, but doesn't have Roost yet, and Thunderbolts will hurt. Also, Rock Resist Empoleon isn't the best in Aerodactyl. Gengar looking really good for Sep, though. However, Registeel's a pretty solid check to it, and there's multiple ways that can revenge it. I know, like, and Mamoswine looks pretty good here offensively, but, like, I mean, the top 5, obviously, all kind of smoke right outside defensive Starmie Rhino. I think I have to lean Charlie in this game for sure. Charlie on the left, Sep on the right. Starmie lead into Hitmonchan. Okay, we're just going to Psychic on turn 1. Oh, okay, so if it was a mistake of 2 Gangers or something, I don't know, whatever. Pursuit, but that's not going to kill, even with the Life Orb. And Starmie gets Psychic again. I would consider recovering with this. Actually, wait, the fact that he didn't recover means he probably doesn't have it. Because otherwise he would have recovered and let Hitmonchan kill itself to Life Orb. So Zapdos going to come in on the Signal Beam from Empoleon. Doing 21. Force out into Mamoswine. Let's go U-turn, though. Into Mischievous. Interesting. He wants to get the burn on this Mamoswine, clearly. Rocks go up. Mischievous going to Will, obviously. Yep. Then we're going to go out to Empoleon. On the Shadow Ball, going to take pennies. Yeah, 13%. Thunderbolt's going to do 37. That's more damage than I would have expected, honestly. Oh, and the Hydro Pump miss. Oh, no. That's really rough for Sep. It was also in Torrent range. That would have done so much damage. Wow. Mischievous comes in. Double out the Staraptor. Goes Shadow Ball. Okay, good play by Sep here. Brave Bird's not going to KO. Oh, Brave Bird does KO. Okay, Ace No Violate helps. Yeah, it's not that good physically defensively. Zapdos going to come in, though. In comes Mamoswine on the Hidden Power. Is that flying? It's got to be HP flying, right? Based on damage, I think. I know. Anyway, Starmie's going to come in. You get Citrus, so it should be out of range of anything. Ice Shard, you have only to 7. So you have a quick Earthquake, you're probably out of range because of the burn and the Citrus Berry. Just going to spin, get rid of these rocks, makes sense. And Mamoswine's going to barely live. We just spin again. Is Gengar's going to come in. We're going to call that with the Psychic. Very good play from Charlie. They're very, very good players, KOing the unrevealed Gengar from full. That Psychic crit probably did not matter. Thunderbolt into the Nidoqueen. Obviously, it's going to block it very well. Let's see. Rocks come out. Mamoswine's going to go down here to the burn. And Empoleon's switching. Okay, so it presumably maybe some sort of maybe a Scarf. You might be worried about it. Okay, at the 76 with the Torrent Boost. That's a wild damage. Wow. Another one will KO the Registeel here. Bring in the Aerodactyl. Obviously, Fraying and Earthquake. We're going to sack the Hitmonchan. Makes sense. Arrow's going to sub, though. Ooh, that's a really rough turn for Sep there. Zapdos going to come in, presumably it's Scarf or Charity. It's got to be Charity. Nope, he just sacks it. Okay, well, I mean, actually, that's how much he can do. He needed to pray for a miss. Yeah, I think Arrow just wins now behind this sub. So I'm just gonna quick attack. That's not gonna break. Hey, that's way too weak a move. Yeah, that's gonna be game for Charlie here. Very dominant. Sub Arrow doing a lot of work here. I mean, obviously the Hydro Miss on like the Mystery Miss early helped a lot. Yeah, but I'd say it was a pretty good game overall. Yeah, pretty good game overall. Sub Arrow obviously cleaning up here. Very solid into his team. I assume I was HP Flying Zapdos. I always love that set. It's very cool. Very cool. And then yeah, and then on Sep's side, I don't know if I love the Life Orb Hitmonchan. I get it, but like I feel like it kind of backfired for you here. Maybe you need it to get like the hit on Starmie to KO. I mean, I don't know. But I feel like it doesn't really do enough. And so you don't really force out Starmie because Starmie just hits you. Yeah. I know, but a good win for Charlie there. Let's pull up our map preview for next stream real quick. Next stream we will be starting with... Eventually. Next room we'll be starting with the matchup of Dom Seed 8 versus Pluto Seed 121. So look forward to that. And I'm going to call it